You're looking at a team that could go from total control to total collapse in a matter of days, and if the Lakers don't solve this right now, Game 5 might not just be a response, it could define their entire playoff run. Before we go any further, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop your take in the comments, because what's happening with the Lakers right now deserves your attention. Let's break this down clearly, because the situation is more delicate than it looks. The Lakers took a hit in Game 4, and suddenly what felt like a comfortable series is starting to show cracks. Not panic yet, but pressure, absolutely. And the biggest storyline heading into Game 5 isn't just adjustments or strategy. It's availability, it's health, it's whether key pieces will actually step on the floor. Start with Luca Doncic. Yes, the update matters, and not just for this series, but for the Lakers' broader outlook. According to JJ Redick, Luka has finally progressed to actual movement on the court. That sounds small, but it's not. It's a critical step in the recovery ladder. Before this, everything was stationary, passing drills, light activity. Now, movement means he's entering the phase where real basketball actions begin. But here's the reality. Movement is just step one. After that comes one-on-one, then controlled scrimmages, then full contact, and only after clearing all of that do you even consider game action. So what does that mean in practical terms? It means Luka is not walking through that door for Game 5. Not Game 6 either, unless something accelerates dramatically. The realistic window points toward a potential return in the second round, assuming the Lakers get there without needing a desperate Game 7 push. And that's the risk. Because if this series tightens, the pressure to rush him back increases, and that's when mistakes happen. Now shift to Austin Reeves, because his situation is far more immediate, and honestly, more complicated. He's already gone through the return process. He's done the ramp-up. He's even been cleared for pre-game routines twice. And both times, shut down before tip-off. That tells you everything you need to know. Physically, he's close. But close isn't enough in the playoffs. There's a psychological barrier here, and JJ Redick didn't shy away from it. When a player has been out for a month, especially with a strain injury, the last step isn't just physical readiness. It's confidence. Can you cut, accelerate, absorb contact without hesitation? Because if there's even a split second of doubt, at this level it shows. And let's be honest, the Lakers may also be playing this cautiously. When you're up in a series, you buy time. You protect your assets. But after dropping Game 4, that margin for patience shrinks. Suddenly, Game 5 becomes pivotal, not just to win, but to regain control. Here's the real issue. Fatigue is starting to creep in, and it's visible. LeBron is still producing, but the minutes are stacking. You're seeing 30-plus minutes night after night, high usage, high responsibility. Same thing with the rest of the core rotation. Luke Kennard, Marcus Smart. These guys are carrying more than they were built to handle consistently, and it showed in Game 4. Legs looked heavy, execution slipped, energy dipped. This is exactly where Austin Reeves becomes critical, not as a savior, but as relief. A secondary ball handler, a creator who can take pressure off LeBron, someone who can stabilize possessions, attack gaps, and give the offense a different rhythm. Even 15 to 20 minutes from him changes the dynamic of this team. Midway through this, stop and think about it. If Reeves doesn't play in Game 5, do you trust this rotation to hold up physically for another high-intensity game? Drop your answer in the comments right now. And if you're locked into this breakdown, make sure you like and subscribe, because this series is far from over. Now let's talk adjustments, because regardless of injuries, the Lakers still control their destiny. The first thing is pace management. In Game 4, they looked rushed when they didn't need to be, and slow when they needed urgency. That inconsistency kills you in the playoffs. They need to dictate tempo again, through defense, through controlled offense, through smarter shot selection. Second, rotation decisions. If Reeves is out, the Lakers cannot keep leaning on the same formula and expect a different result. This is where someone like Nick Smith Jr. becomes interesting. He's not proven, but he brings something the current rotation lacks. On-ball creation, a willingness to attack. Sometimes in the playoffs, it's not about experience, it's about energy and unpredictability. You don't need him for 20 minutes. You need him for short bursts, 2 to 5 minutes where he can push the pace, challenge the defense, maybe hit a couple shots and force adjustments. That alone can shift momentum. And then there's the tough conversation about minutes allocation. You cannot keep giving extended run to players who aren't contributing offensively, especially when the team is already struggling to generate consistent scoring. Defense matters, yes, but in today's NBA, you need balance. You need players who can impact both ends. Now zoom out for a second, because this isn't just about Game 5. This is about identity under pressure. The Lakers have been here before. High expectations, high scrutiny, and the question always comes back to the same thing. Can they adapt when the script changes? Because the script just changed. Game 4 exposed vulnerabilities. Not fatal flaws, but weaknesses that a good opponent will exploit if left unaddressed. And the deeper you go in the playoffs, the less room you have to fix those issues on the fly. This is where leadership matters. LeBron has to set the tone, not just with production, but with control, slowing the game when needed, attacking when opportunities are there, keeping everyone aligned. And Anthony Davis, this is his moment too. He has to dominate inside. No drifting, no passive stretches. This is where he imposes himself or the Lakers risk losing their edge. And let's not ignore the mental side. Losing Game 4 after being in control of the series can shake a team. Confidence doesn't disappear, but doubt can creep in. Game 5 is about eliminating that doubt early. Strong start, physical presence, defensive intensity. Send a message that the loss was a blip, not a trend. Because if they don't, then suddenly Game 6 becomes dangerous. And Game 7? That's chaos. So everything points to this next game. Will Austin Reeves be cleared, both physically and mentally? Will the Lakers adjust their rotations? Will they manage fatigue better? Will they play with urgency without losing control? Those answers are coming fast. And here's the bottom line. The Lakers still have the advantage, but it's shrinking. What they do in Game 5 determines whether they reassert dominance or open the door for a comeback that nobody in Los Angeles wants to see. If you've stayed with me this far, you already know this is bigger than a single update. So make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tell me your opinion in the comments. Should the Lakers take the risk and bring Austin Reeves back in Game 5, or play it safe and trust the current rotation? Because now the pressure is real, the margin is thin, and the next move could change everything.